Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Ocean's Pit, a show about big things Monday through Friday at noon. And we are back again, folks. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com, and give us a call at 847-769-8609 to book the show, folks. Every show is dedicated to the first responders, but mostly it's dedicated to people like you who take the time and watch the show, whether you watch it here during your lunchtime hour or anytime during the day. We are coming live at the Tony Ocean Show Facebook page, the Mo Carrara Facebook page. We're on LinkedIn, we're on Twitter, and we're on the YouTube channel. So, Ocean's Pit it is. My guest today and my co-host actually for today is my good friend Diana Dye from the Dag and Die Show, coming soon, 2025. Her and Dag will be back again, and hopefully we can get Dag on the show on Friday and get another completely different point of view. But it's showtime, so let's go, everybody. Thank you, Dino Manzella from Seventh Heaven, with that great intro. This is Ocean's Pit, a little show about big things, folks. Diana Dye is in the house, folks. How you doing, kid? You're looking good.
Thanks
Everything is good.
Thank you. Yes, thank
no
you.
problem. Where are you at? Where are you at?
I'm in my
Illinois?
yard.
Where are you at? In your backyard.
I'm in Plainfield. Yes.
Plainfield. All right. Now, at one time, and you might tell me if it's still there, is it true that the headquarters of the Ku Klux Klan used to be in Plainfield? I don't know if that's still there. But I remember
somewhere downtown in the historical district, probably, and some, I don't know, abandoned building.
Something like that. There. All right, you're watching. We're going to have a whole hour of fun, folks. Let's get to some sponsors. Let's talk first about our good friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. Norwich, Des Plaines, Evergreen Park, Evergreen, Warrenville, Mesa, Arizona, and many, many more. Summer deals happening now at their stores. 50% off all lawn and garden decor. 40% off outdoor decorative chimes, patio sets, lowest prices of the season. They also have insured and licensed handymen at all their stores. And guys, don't forget to walk into any of these stores and say, grill my ace off. I want to grill my ace off and get 20% off any grill purchase. Even though the summer is at the end here, folks, get your stuff so you're ready for next year. That's Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. They've been helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. And let's not forget my good friend, Mary Grievous. If you're looking for real estate fun in the Chicagoland area, the perfect real estate professional, whether you're putting your home on the market or looking for your dream home, give Mary Grievous a call today. Available to set buyers, sellers, for sale by owners, expired listings, Berkshire Hathaway Stark Real Estate. Go to mgrievous@starkre.com or give her a call at 630-688-1725 and tell them Tony Ocean sent you. And if you're going to talk about Mary Grievous, you got to talk about the Chicago Music Cruise 2025. Now, you missed the one we did in January. Don't miss this one. March 22nd to March 30th. 8 days. Spring break, baby. 2025. Royal Caribbean, Oasis of the Seas. And let me tell you, Fort Lauderdale, Carousel, Aruba, and Coco Key, Bahamas. All right, now listen to the lineup. Mark Odette and Yacht Rock. It's going to be Wendy Thompson in her tribute to Britney Spears and Marilyn Monroe. Frankie Hollywood Rodriguez from GCI. Hillbilly Rock Stars in the house, the #1 country band in the city of Chicago. Mojo's Jukebox, my new rock band. How about Tony Ocean and the Main Event Band? And let's not forget the Jersey Girls, all three of them, and the ringleaders themselves, Seventh Heaven. All of us 8 days on the Chicago Music Cruise. Go to chicagomusiccruise.com and put in Tony Ocean or give Mary a call at 630-688-1725 and tell them Tony Ocean sent you. You can join us on an 8-day voyage, and it's going to be great because the one in January was unbelievable. 7,000 people, the one we did in January, and we're going to hopefully it's going to get even better for the one in March during spring break. Di is in the house live from Plainfield, Illinois. Let's say hello, Michael Sansone from Arizona. Patrice, former Chicago Honey Bear. How you doing? Vitamin is in the house. Yeah, we heard about James Darren. Sort of sad death about James Darren. Buddy's in the house. Santa Barbara, California. Kathy, hello, Ohio. Cleveland, Iowa. Michelangelo, Albert from the Ron Onesti organization. All right. So a lot of stuff going on. Di.
Yeah.
Where were you born, my dear?
Well, I was a Cicero girl, born and raised, but at McNeil Hospital in Berwyn.
Berwyn. I used to love Berwyn. I used to go to a place called Horribles, and it had all the comic books and monster models and everything was in Berwyn. And Svengoolie used to hang out there. That's why he always goes Berwyn. Yeah.
So that explains why you like Godzilla so much. I always see that. My kid he's crazy about it. Since he was probably 6 years old, and now he's 19. So we go to the G Fest every year.
Me too. I'm there all the time too.
I didn't see you.
Yeah, we love it over there. It's fantastic.
We're gonna have to hook up sometime and have some fun. They have like the Sunday night party night afterwards and everything. But we
all have to do that because there's a lot of Godzilla fans. So I love Kong too. You know, I love all those guys.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you can't beat them. Okay, so big family. You come from a big family. You were just talking about your dad, and I hope he's doing better. All the things that your father has done, police officer and the mailroom. You said worked at the post office.
Mail carrier. Yep, mail carrier for 44 years, and he's been in hospice for about a good 10 months, and they keep extending it because he's not giving up. He's not ready to go. They keep saying, I don't know. We don't know if he's going to make it to this holiday. Well, he did, and they're going to be married 63 years this month. My mom and dad.
God bless.
He just wants to make it to that next occasion. He does the Trump thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And you got it. And your mother's still alive, obviously,
right?
My
mom is still alive. She's 82 years old. I have a brother and sister. So, average size family.
Very, very cool, man. And brothers and sisters?
I have a brother and a sister. They're older. So yeah, I'm the young rebel.
There you go.
But I'm the one that stepped up to I care for my father and my mother all through the week, and then on the weekends I'm a brand ambassador for a wine distributor out of Michigan.
Very, very cool. So how long have you been doing that?
Oh gosh, 5 years plus.
Di, are you a wine? When it comes to your poison on the weekend, is it wine? Is it beer? Or is it hard liquor? Or all three?
I'm not a big beer girl. There's something about the bubbles in it. I love wine. I'm not a connoisseur. I just know the wines that I'm pouring, but I love, I'm a vodka girl. Always have been, and mix it up anyway. I love it. Orange juice, cranberry juice, gin.
Whatever it is.
Gin,
you gotta have it. That's so cool. And that's great. Me too. I'm a vodka guy too. I'm a Jack guy, but I'm also a vodka guy, and I like that too.
Anything clear. The clearer, the better.
Absolutely. And we had Di on the show a long time ago, I guess when the show first started. So you go back
I think,
a long.
Wasn't that 2021?
2021. It was, probably, because the show started in March of 2020 during the flu, the big flu pandemic. So it's nice to see you guys, and I see you doing all the stuff that you're doing. You've been doing I know you did the Di show for yourself a couple of times, morning coffee with you, and you did a bunch of those, which is cool.
Yeah.
And you and Dag back and forth, but I'm glad you guys are going to have their new show, Dag and Di, coming in spring, hopefully, of 2025. So make sure everybody looks for that.
Yeah, we've got to, work out all the kinks and everything like that. So we've been doing it together for a good almost 5 years. I was brought into the Dag show when we met, and I loved it. You've got to love being in front of people and being able to, speak on cue, kind of. I was shy from the beginning and everything, and I got ridiculed for this and that, and it was really hard for me to get used to it. All the production part of it is kind of new, but I wasn't shy, of course, of really being in front of it. I just didn't know how to
Right.
carry myself, so to speak, but I always did choreography for dance. I was into the arts a lot growing up. I did a lot of different things, promotional wise, but yeah, it's been an adventure. So we're finally pulling it together, him and I, and figuring it all out. And as long as he puts me in control, which he has now at 51%,
There you go,
every
51%.
everything's going to be copacetic. Watch and see. No, because
There
we
you
both
go,
love it a
half and
lot,
half. As your partners, it's going to work out good. Frankie Setta,
Yes.
another great singer in Chicago. Nina, how you doing? Kathy, great seeing your good friend Jackie from Ace Hardware. Jackie, how you doing, my dear friend? And Carol Brandolino watching, my co-host every Tuesday. Happy birthday to my good friend Carol Brandolino
Happy
from
birthday. I watched
Brandolino
her, I
Encore
watched
Music. Yeah, it's her
watched the
birthday.
show. Oh, they own they own that music store in Shorewood. Is that the one?
That's it. Encore Music. That's Carol and Bobby. Absolutely.
Really? Bobby.
Yes.
Okay, so I took both my kids there years ago for lessons. Had no idea the you know,
See how that small world
really
somehow the Kevin,
very
you know what?
cool.
What's that Kevin Bacon thing? Kevin Bacon thing where the connection of everything goes back to Kevin Bacon. It's really kind of, I don't know if you ever, I
Yeah.
don't know. It's probably too much shit. But anyway, all
We're
right.
very
So
we're all connected somehow in some way.
we were all related, right? Me and you, Di, me and you are related. Your mother and my mother are both mothers. So there
That's
you
right.
go. There you go. Mike Restivo, what's up, buddy? From Stevie McVie and Mojo's Jukebox. That's right. 7 degrees or 6 degrees of separation, however you want to
Separation. That's right.
put it out. Guys, real fast, we got my good friend Di on, folks, from the Dag and Die Show coming in 2025. I want to don't forget, tonight we'll be at the Grand Geneva in Lake Geneva Ballroom for the United Way golf outing. That's tonight, me and Jerry Jams. Tomorrow we'll be at Zaza's in Lake Barrington. Friday, Chicago Prime Steakhouse. And Saturday we'll be in Crafton, Illinois, St. Louis for 2 days event with Tony Ocean and the Main Event Band. So we're excited about that. Also, we want to thank everybody who showed up to Septemberfest in Schaumburg on Sunday. Over 1,000 people at our stage. We were the only act, and I want to thank the Main Event Band. It was just one of the best festivals besides Taylor Street and, of course, the Taste of Melrose. It's one of the best. So thank you, everybody, for showing up. All right, let's get to something. Now, growing up, were you always into this kind of stuff, or did Dag bring you into this kind of stuff? Were you always were you the class clown in school, or were you pretty
No,
smart?
I was pretty funny, and I got along with everybody. I got along with the dorky kids. I'm a little bit of all of that. I'm a little dorky.
Okay.
I hung out with the popular kids. That there were some troublemakers that I loved hanging around with. I had a
Yeah.
mix of. I don't think anybody really could say anything really horrible about me because I was friends with everybody. I don't judge. I'm not that kind of person. If you're good to me, I'm good to you, and we hang out and we have a good time. That's all that mattered to me. So, but there'd be a lot of, why are you hanging out with them and this kind of
Yeah,
banter
yeah,
back
yeah.
and forth,
You're, yeah.
so,
You're gonna get that
typical
crazy
growing up
shit.
stuff. But
Absolutely.
again, I a lot of my artwork got selected in all the the competitions throughout all the schools. I won a lot of that. I was in band. I played the violin for a few years in grade school. Going way back, and I loved to dance. We went to every outing and wedding, and I was always up on the stage with the band, wanting to sing and dance and kind of steal the show. I just thrived on that.
So
That's
now you're using it as you got older in your career. Now what you're trying to do right now and do the exact same thing you did as a kid. Now people actually kind of know you and your name and everything, and you and Dag together,
right.
which is actually very cool. Robert the General Provenzano, how you doing? Rock and Ron. I want to thank No Limit Band. They played before us at the Septemberfest, and I was honored to. They called me up and we did "Surrender" by Cheap Trick, and
Oh,
that was a
cool.
great time. So thank you, Ron, and the band No
So
Limit.
now, you're in a tribute for Cheap Trick, aren't you? Or
Dream
you
Police,
still
yes, we're still doing that.
okay?
Plus, we still do the Rat Pack. So, yeah, it's a little bit of everything. So it's actually kind of cool. That was a lot of fun. I want to say,
Wow.
speaking of the Rat Pack, Ocean's Rat Pack, say happy 29th anniversary to Bill and Julie Saratella. Bill plays Frank Sinatra in that show. 29 years together. Unbelievable. Also, today, guys, September 3rd, 1777. the very first American flag was flown for the very first time on September 3rd, 1777. Wow. Interesting stuff as it is. Now, all right, so here we go. Also, happy 30-year anniversary to WGN News, morning news show. 30 years they've been on. And, Di, did you see that ABC lost their contract? I don't know if you heard about this, but there's no more ABC television anymore.
Really? No, I did not hear this.
Yeah, I
Why?
guess
What happened?
I guess they couldn't come up with a contract dispute, whatever it is. So I don't know. People are saying, what about General Hospital and how are we going to watch this? I don't know what's going to happen, but ABC is no longer with us. Daryl Armenstad, the professor. Carol, how you doing? Dennis from Lake Geneva. Concerts. You guys go to a lot of concerts, you and
We
Dad?
do, yeah. Yeah, we try. He's not in town a lot, but when he is, we do.
All right. So prices of tickets have gone just completely crazy. Okay, now Oasis is getting back together. I was never a big Oasis fan. They called them the new Beatles, and when someone calls somebody the new Beatles, I'm sorry, it's never going to happen. Carlo Joseph, what's up, my buddy? Anywhere, the thing is, they're asking right now $7,000 for tickets to see Oasis.
How do you go anywhere anymore? It's crazy. How do you afford even the regular movie theater? Is popcorn is $20.
Yeah, but I went yesterday. But speaking of the movies, I went to go see Reagan with Dennis Quaid. Wow, what a great movie! What a great president he was. He was Democrat at one time, then became Republican, and he's
Dennis
just one
Quaid
of the best.
Amazing, yeah.
Great actor, and it was a great movie. But you said that it was a Tuesday's half price, so it was like $13 for the movie. But my popcorn and soda and whatever it was $29. It was $30. That's just for me with the soda. Yeah. So imagine if you got a family of 4 or 5 kids. I mean, you Christ.
Yeah, it's like going on vacation. It becomes that expensive.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but you know what?
What's the last concert you've seen?
I'm sorry?
What's the last concert you guys seen?
We were at 30 Seconds to Mars, and it was something that I wanted to do because I grew up hearing my brother play all of the rock and roll stuff.
Yeah.
He's 62, I think now. But I was a disco girl. I was into the dance and into the pop music and everything. So I kind of wanted to see Jared Leto. I loved him as an actor and stuff. But the concert, we were a little disappointed. But we had a good time anyway. But then we seen China.
Why were you disappointed? Why were you disappointed?
He came out in a cape. It was more theatrical. He was more like he was putting on a one-man show, walking around in a cape. We didn't see any costume changes. Not that that's a big deal, but he had this drummer. It was supposedly his brother. It was just him and the drummer and all the guitar players that were on the side in the dark. It was a little weird. They did that Luminari or whatever it's called. It felt like a cult thing. It was goofy. So I told Dag, I'm like, at the 7th song, we're out of here. He goes, really? I spent a lot of money on those tickets and stuff, but I'm like, when I've had it, Let's go. We went out to dinner. We went to the red. Oh God, I can't even think of the name of it because I never went. It was the Red Piano Bar, Red Roost. No wait.
In the city. In the city. Yeah. The red. I forgot. It's been there forever, but it's great.
Like a rooster or something, isn't it? You go downstairs and in the piano bar.
The Redhead piano bar.
That's it. Yes.
The Redhead.
We went to the Redhead, went out to dinner. We had a great time, and I would have much rather have done something like that.
At least you got to spend some time together, so you can't.
It was wonderful.
Right? You can't beat that. All right, let's get to some headlines, folks. How about another quick sponsor, folks? We got my good friend Diana. We're just going to call her Di. Much better, easier that way. And
Lady Di, folks, Your Highness, whatever.
There you go. I like that, Lady Di. That's even better. Let's go to our sponsor. Let's not forget our good friends Jack Avena Landscaping, folks. That's right, for their monthly monthly maintenance programs, bush trimming, spring and fall cleanup, bed mulching, fertilizing, weed control. They offer plant design service, installation, servicing the North Shore for over 44 years. Call Tommy at 847-432-5266 and tell him Tony O sent you. And let's not forget our good friends from Deutz Power Center, servicing the construction and diesel industry in Chicago for the last 100 years. That's Deutsch Power Center, 224-276-6550. Di, when you and Dag get your show together in 2025, I mean, when you guys come back again, it's going to be a theme, anything different? What are you guys going to be talking? What are you guys going to be doing? It's just going to be a regular talk show?
Writing
What are
an
you guys going to
album.
do?
He's got, he I'm sure a lot of people that are affiliated with your show and, that know me that are joining in know who he is. And I don't think anybody really, you probably do, but for the most part, people don't really know what he's done and achieved. 2 albums. He started out with his brother is the drummer of Ara, Mike Gallus. And, they started in their garage like a lot of, youngsters, and grew up and got their first gigs in a bar, back when we were allowed in bars as kids.
Sure. When bars were cool back then. Sure.
Yes. And then, he went on to write. He's an amazing writer. And that's what is so intriguing to me, because I write poetry.
Okay.
And I have been since I was little. And he, a lot of the songs I think that he's going to kind of pull together are a lot of the poetry that I've been writing. And he loves it. And he's putting, the music to it. He's so talented. And like I said, 2 albums. He's going to do his 3rd album. By next year, hopefully sometime, maybe mid-year, it'll be out and everything. Yeah, so we write together, we play together. He can play instruments. I just pretend.
There you go. Well, that's all right. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking
there's a
forward to
lot
see
of
what he's got.
singing.
Yeah.
We've got the Leopard Lounge in my basement. There's 4 levels here. So the lowest one, love to have you and Laura come over and see it one day.
Yeah, sure. Love it.
Like we designed it to look like the backstage of the Cubby Bear. I tried out for the Lovables back in the day. I made the top 100. I didn't make it to the top, 20 that they wanted, but it was at the Cubby Bear I think it was in 97. I believe it was. And that's when he was at the Cubby Bear in 97. It's very weird that,
there's that 6 degrees again.
Yes,
We're just talking about that.
So we both love the idea of making the lower level look like a dirty backstage kind of green room look, but it's clean, of course. It's amazing. It's the Leopard Lounge. There's leopard everywhere. We have a back line. So we're going to build a sound booth, have people over and, produce some music here. Have some guests over and do our Dag and Die show together.
There you go. So you're going to do a little bit of everything, which is good. And we'll be excited to see that coming out in 2025. We want to say hello to my friend Dawn from Palm Springs. How you doing, Dawn from Palm Springs, California, in the house. Dina and Dan Nozak, guys, if you love animals, much as I do, we do fundraisers for my foundation called Almost Home Foundation that I work for dogs. But when I volunteer on Tuesdays and I walk dogs. But there's another one we do called Ruby Whiskers, and there's going to be at the Tap House in Lamont, Illinois on Monday, September 30th. Frankie Setta, Felix Greco, Louis Pipes, yours truly is the MC, Daryl Armenstad, Kim Peterson LeFew. It's going to be good. All the money we raise is for the animals, of course, at Ruby Whiskers. So I'm excited. Also, Tony Ocean, the main event band, will be at the Hard Rock Casino, folks. That's right, on the 21st of September in beautiful Gary, Indiana. And we'll be inside the Hard Rock Cafe. That's going to be a great first time we're there. So it's going to be exciting to be there. All right, so let's get to some other stuff here. How do
you find the time to do all this? How?
I don't know. Look, 5 nights a week I work, and I do the show 5 days a week. And if it wasn't for my listeners and my sponsors and my wife being behind me, because she does a lot of the bookings for the Tony Ocean show, and she handles the sponsors for Ocean's Pit. So she does a lot of that. Plus, she has her own job. So, and we got a grandson now, and so it's crazy. But you know what? We got to keep going, because once you slow down, we were talking about that. Once you slow down, life is over. All right, this is interesting.
How you feel? That's how you feel? Like if you take a break kind of and settle down, like you won't just get back up? Is that where you're at right now? Or you've always been
what? Look, I don't get too much time as myself. Like this weekend, after we do our 2 nights in St. Louis, we're going to spend 3 nights and just do some camping and fishing, me and my buddy Carlo. My downtime is I fish in the morning. I get up at 5:30. I go to different ponds and I fish. Then I come back and do the show, and then I work at night. The only 2 days I have off is Mondays and Tuesdays. I build my monster models. I do that, and I read a lot. So, I can't slow down. I think that's why sometimes people say they have a hard time sleeping because your mind is always,
Racing.
running around. What's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? And so I got to just keep going, man. My father never did anything. He worked his ass off his whole life to support me and my mom. He was going to do everything when he retired, and he died at 58 years old.
Ugh.
I'm
Yeah,
going to do
that's
everything
so
when I
sorry.
retire. I think the only thing he ever did, I think he went to Florida once. I know he went to Italy because his family was always there every year. I think he went to Wisconsin Dells once when I was a kid. I remember he took me to the Chula Vista or wherever it was to see my first concert. I think I seen Dave Major and the Miners. I was 15. I had the album and whatever it was. But you can't slow down, man. I know people that moved to Arizona. They moved to Florida after 2 years. They grow old. They feel like they're 10, 15 years older
Yeah,
because
right.
they do
I totally
nothing.
get that.
Right? Who wants to go there and play pickleball and bingo all day long? Go to bed by 5 o'clock. That's fucked up. I'm sorry. I can't do it. Can't do it.
No. I completely understand.
Princess
Yeah,
Di,
some
listen to
guy,
this. Listen to this.
Yeah.
This is a female octopus. I love it. These people send me these stories. If a female octopus is hungry and doesn't want to mate, but the male tries to, she'll let him insert his mating arm and begin the process before inching closer to him. Then she'll strangle him, kill him, and feast on his corpse in her den for a few days.
All right.
Woo! See?
I like that. I want to come
It's the
back as an
woman.
octopus.
You gotta love that. You gotta love that. All right. So Tony Toto, great drummer, my good friend from the Main Event Band. I'll see you tonight at the Grand Geneva for the United Way golf outing. We're playing there tonight. All right. What do you, Di, if you don't mind me asking, and how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
How old?
Yeah. Close. You don't have to give me the exact age.
I'm on my way to 55.
Okay. So do you have kids?
I have 2 boys. Yeah. 17 and
how
19.
How old are your boys?
17 and 19.
Okay. So what is your thoughts on the men's tampon dispenser in the men's bathroom at these schools? And your kid maybe wakes up one morning and says, Mom, I want to be a cat. Or Mom, I want to be a dog or a kangaroo or whatever it is. And you are now identified as this thing. This is what's happening in the grade schools and high schools from what I'm hearing. And since you're a younger person with kids, what is your whole take on all this crazy shit that's going on right now?
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with your upbringing. My dad and my mom, they both set the standards. They had boundaries. You didn't do this. You didn't bring home riffraff. You didn't walk across a certain street. And, of course, we ventured out as kids and went, tried to, be daredevilish and do those little things. But in the back of your mind, you always had them, you heard their voices to not do it, And so, I grew up with that, and I instilled, I think, a lot of that in my kids, and their dad did, from the same kind of upbringing. Certain things just aren't right. I would accept them with whatever they had in their lives coming up. I mean, how could you not? How could you say you're a real parent? And then, I was pushed into certain things and told what to do and this and that, and I kind of rebelled. So I had a little bit of that, starting my family, that I don't want to push them too hard. I don't want them to rebel like I did, but at the same time, I want to instill tradition, and make sure that they do certain things appropriate, right?
No, I got it. But rebelling when we were younger, and even because you're not that, I mean, you're still young, right? But rebelling is going past your curfew, putting that first tattoo or earring when you were a kid, hanging out at places you weren't supposed to hang out. I didn't wake up my dad. I want to be a dog today.
Yeah.
And they have kitty litter boxes in schools. Now, I got it. It starts with the parents, but they have to learn this shit from someone else.
Right.
I can't say they get it from their parents.
But I think if they don't have that structure as a child, I
Yes.
think if they don't have, moms are going to work more, dads, whatever, stay at home, whatever situation. It's not like I
Yeah.
grew up. My mom was, she had a little bit of jobs, but she was a stay-at-home mom. We always
Yeah.
had 3 meals a day,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. She kept our asses in check, right?
Yeah.
And we always wait till your father gets home, that kind of thing. So today, there's not so, parenting is different. And I'm not saying that it's wrong. It's just not for me. That's not how I would allow it. I would have, put my foot down. If they want to pursue it when they're older, that's different. But this underage stuff where they're going in and they're able to do different things to their bodies, no, never. I would never allow it to happen. I'd fight that until I pulled my hair out. You know what I mean?
I agree with you 100%. And
Yeah.
I know, like we're saying about social media, how good it could be, but there's so much damaging stuff that you can
So
have
many
on this TikTok shit
influences.
and all this
Yeah.
crap that the kids are getting into right now.
Like
And you
you
can't
said,
say,
you
yeah, go
can
ahead.
use it for your benefit, Facebook and TikTok and
Yeah,
X and all that now.
yeah,
But when
yeah,
it starts, when you start to get just the free reign and you don't know which way to go, and all those influences on these kids today that maybe not don't have the parenting like we did,
yeah,
and then they're so overly influenced, their minds are still, boys still are growing till they're 25,
yeah,
mentally.
yeah,
Yeah, but this whole tampon thing in the bathroom, I was watching your show yesterday with Carol, and I think she had the same perspective. I thought it was for boys, sorry, to stick it up
yeah, yeah,
themselves because they
yeah.
were in this weirdness.
Right.
But
Yeah, yeah.
but it's for girls that want to enter the bathroom. I'd never let that happen. If I had a girl and guys were coming into her bathroom, I'd never let that happen. And my boys, even growing up, like through high school, would never allow it either for themselves. They'd be like, nope, I'll hold it till I have to get home. Um,
Right. And it's also
it's
because your
disgusting.
upbringing. Dennis, my
Yeah.
friend Dennis from Lake Geneva says Tim Waltz passed it, but most schools didn't install that until verified info from good friend and business lady in Minnesota, Diana Turner. Well, thank you, Dennis, for your input there. I don't know. I just don't get it. And, if I would have said that to my dad, he would have, bam, I would have got a smack across the face. And now these days, you can't say, wait till dad gets home, because now the parents will pick up the phone and call whatever,
Right. Or the kids will do the same thing,
or
you
the
know?
kids will do the same thing. It's just scary the way this world is. And this, the whole, what's your take on women, transgenders playing? Men should play in men's sports. Women should play in women's sports. Here's a perfect example. This is a picture of a lady named Iwa Korbarawska. She was Polish sprinter who had multiple world records in 1960. She failed a gender test, was banned, and had all her records stripped. The media called her a man. The next year, she gave birth to a son, and they never apologized. Now this is
Harsh.
1960, mind you, where they would have crucified you guys back then, if these people at that particular
Oh,
time, what
sure.
shit was going on. But some of these teachers now in these classes and stuff are telling, it's like, I don't care, like you said, what they do with their body, but not grade school,
No.
right? Let them.
You go to school to learn. You don't go to school to be indoctrinated into what the teacher's beliefs are or what the administration wants to push. This is my opinion, of course, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I've gone to the Plainfield School District 202, and we've gone head to head on a lot of roundtable discussions. They do not like me, but they do respect me because they know when I walk in, I don't play games. There's
Okay,
a
guys.
lot of
So
stuff.
give me an example of what something you would have brought up to the board and what they fought you on.
Okay, so my oldest son, as early as he wasn't around for 9/11 when it
Okay,
happened, but
all right.
as soon as he was 8, 9 years old, we were starting to watch together all of the remembrance of it. And he couldn't believe what had happened, right? So he learned how to fly when he was young, so he related to that. He wanted his father is a police officer. He related to that. We have a lot of military in the family. He related to that. So he's got this mindset that he wants to fight for his country. My kid is an amazing patriot. And so about when he was about 17, junior year, he was talking about joining the military and, talking to staff sergeants and all that, recruiters. And a couple of his buddies also wanted to be in the military. So during break time in one of their classes, they were allowed to just talk, go on their phones, do whatever for 10 minutes. They went on their phones. They were talking about tanks and, how cool it would be to be in the army and be a tanker or whatever they're called,
Right.
or a gunner, all that stuff.
Sure.
The girl behind him, pushed her way into the conversation and said, "You two sound like you're going to be the next school shooters." Yeah. The next thing I know, the cops are at my door. He's in lockdown at school. They're questioning everybody. And that was just the tip of the iceberg, how it just exploded into he's being suspended. The juvenile court. Whoa. I'm wrapping it up for you. This is going on. This went on for over like
Now,
a year.
mind you, now this lady was actually just overhearing someone's private conversation, correct?
Correct. A girl in the class that neither one of them even ever spoke to. They don't even know her name. Until then, they
Correct.
knew her,
All
where
right.
she was.
All right.
And I did a little research. She's on TikTok flashing herself. This is a young girl, 16 years old. We were all crazy. I'm not judging
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
but
yeah. Right,
but
right,
you know
right,
where
right.
I'm going with
Yeah,
this. She's
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
little,
Sure, sure.
yeah. So they pushed the envelope. Ended up going up in front of Will County Juvie. I had to hire a lawyer. We had to defend everything. We went to the round table at the school. They said they were going to expel him, and it turned into a huge shit show. I wanted the girl to come in. All I wanted to do was let's get this, let's talk like adults and let the kids talk like kids.
Would the
Let my
girl come in?
kids
Would the girl come in?
never seen her, never met her, never got an apology. They wanted my son to apologize. And my son said, "What am I apologizing for? This is ridiculous. I've never had anything. He's never been in trouble. He's not a perfect kid, but he's never been in trouble with the law.
Right.
And he's talking about something he wants to do for his country. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?" So it escalated. It finally simmered down. They expunged everything through court. We fought hard.
Did you
which
get
was
an
really
apology at all from anybody?
Never got an apology. And I videotaped the entire 2-hour session of the principal, all the assistant principals, all the deans came in. I stood up.
Was there
And
any
I
of the
laid it,
teachers? Was there any of the teachers or anybody on your son's side?
no, except for the parents of the other boy that was in the discussion, because
Right,
he wants to join the military too.
right,
And
right.
my
So
my
not even
son's
the deans,
no.
or maybe the men who might have fought in the war, or their fathers fought in the war,
No,
or anything like
no,
that.
none of them. No, none of them. And they were in the military, a couple of them. But my son
Horrible.
stood up
Sorry,
and
I'm
said,
sorry
"You
that
know what?
happened to you, man. That's
I don't want
horrible.
my friend to get in trouble." Thank you. He goes, "I don't want my friend to get in trouble." He goes, "I'll take the heat." He was that kind of a stand-up kid. He's like, I was bringing up the conversation. I said, "But you know what? It's not right. Kids can't even have a break time to talk. About what they want to do in life, especially, all this controversy. You can't do the Pledge of Allegiance. Can't, have the flag, American flag, and so." That was one of the things I went up against them with. So when I walk in there, they hold the door open for me, and it's always miss this and miss
Yeah,
that.
they know they're going to give them some shit, but you know what? At
Because
least, I mean, you're not flying off the cuff. You're actually
right.
you're standing up for what your kids. I mean, he wants to be in the military. That's a great thing. A lot of people go. They want to get in the military because they really want to help their country and want to serve their country. But then you get a lot of kids who get forced to go to the military because they want to straighten themselves out. Maybe that's a good thing too. But here you are trying to, this is what your kid wants to do. You're sticking up for, and this is what I mean. This never would have happened years ago. Everything after 9/11 changed everything's mind. Now, God forbid you say something wrong, but it's just crazy. Crazy.
Yeah.
You're watching Ocean Spit, little show about big things. Di is on my co-host, folks, for the whole hour. Of course, the Dag and Di show 2025 coming soon. Let's not forget Armando Supermarkets, 925 Liberty Street in Elgin, Illinois. And Mike and Gigi from Crash Champions Collision Auto Repair. For all your collision auto repair needs, go to Mike and Gigi at crashchampions.com. A lot of stuff we're talking about, folks. Political, it's coming. Here's a quote from the great Ted Nugent, the motor man, the man from Detroit. If Trump was going to do all these bad things they say he will do, he would have already done them. If Kamala was going to do all the good things she says she's going to do, she would have already done them. So we did talk briefly before the
Border
air.
czar. She's the border czar, my ass.
There you go, right? And I love this one. I still hold my hand over my heart for the national anthem. I believe it's okay. Yes. Would I mind having a woman in office? Absolutely. If she was in office and she was fit to do it, as much as I hate Hillary, if she was up, at least I know she would know how to be president of the United States, even though I can't stand Hillary as much as I can't stand Biden and the rest of those crew. But what is your take on Kamala Harris?
Okay,
well, as a woman, as a woman.
Yeah, as a woman, let me just revert just a little bit back to what you were saying about you were okay with having a woman. Yeah. I'm just not okay. I'm just not okay with it.
Okay.
I'm sure there's plenty of qualified women. My way of being brought up, I look at a man as being the strength of the family. And kind of the mom controls everything like a first lady, and then my dad steps in and he takes position, and he walked into the room and he got respect. When I knew that I knew when my father was coming home, I had that mentality of, oh shit, I better have done everything I need to do that my mom told me to do so my dad doesn't get upset. And like I said, there's tons of qualified women, and I'm not playing all this this feminism crap. I just think a man should be in office in this country.
Okay.
This is a powerful country. I think we need a powerful icon, and to me, in my opinion, of course, is a man.
Okay.
You put a suit on a woman, and I've tried it. I tried to be a tough chick, and I'm called this and I'm called that. You're a bitch, you're this, you're that, and then you got to defend that. No, I'm not. I'm really a nice girl, but I've got these values and I'm tough. No, you don't. In most people's minds, I think they look at a man as the powerful one. And I don't think that's a bad thing.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Like exactly what you're saying. So, what is your take on Kamala Harris?
I don't like her. I think she's a phony. I think she plays to the crowd. I don't think she's done.
She's definitely
anything.
Not black. She's definitely not African American.
That's the whole thing. It's the whole thing playing to you're going to put them in chains kind of thing that Biden said. It's playing to the people. They're playing to the whites to gain black votes and playing to the blacks to gain, back and forth, whatever. I heard a poll today that she's not winning in the black vote. She's not winning in the male vote. She's the only thing that they think that she's winning in is the boomers, female boomers, because they can't really track the female boomers in a poll like they think they could have. So she's really not 11% higher than Trump is what they're saying. I don't believe the media. One thing we do together, Dag and I, is we jump in. He does this all the time. But we Google, we search, we research, we look up stuff, we talk to people to formulate our own opinion. We don't allow the media to tell us what to believe.
Correct.
And even if you told me something, I'm not going to go, oh, because Tony Ocean said so, this is the way it is. I want to believe what I need to by researching, right? And she, I think she is a phony. I don't think she's got a leg to stand on. I think there's a lot of things that in her past that she might have done to get into position.
Oh, she did. There's no might. She definitely was a call, whatever she did with Governor Brown and Arsenio Hall, whatever it was. Here's a perfect example. Montel. That's it. Montel. Yeah. Here's one for you, folks. Kamala fake. This is from, you got to love this. Tiger Woods on his page. Kamala's fake black accent is embarrassing and extremely offensive. This is from Tiger Woods. Just a couple people right now that are coming out, and I don't think she's qualified. And my God, what is your take on Donald Trump then?
Wait, she has no policies.
No policies.
What is she running on? Like everyone says, if they were doing anything, and she's been put in the position of border czar, she's never gone to the actual border where there's issues, you can't go have a cup of tea on the the fun part of the border. You got to go where there's trouble coming through. You can get your
Correct.
feet in the sand and check it out, right? She's got no policies. When she does any kind of rally, it's like being a college prep football game, and she's hyping up the crowd.
Yeah.
No policies, none. And I can't wait for the September 10th with her and Trump. I can't wait because he's gonna put her to the cross on what are
And
your
I agree with you on
policies.
that. And I
You
hope,
just can't, talk about nonsense all day and just, what are you going to do for us? Like you
yeah,
said, if she
I
had
agree
any
with you
policies,
100%.
they
I
would have
hope,
done them.
I know they're going to have the microphone shut off thing, which I think
Oh,
is good. I think it's good. If Trump, I think Trump will definitely win the debate. He's just got to be. He can't attack her as a woman.
exactly.
He can't make her look dumb and stuff. He just got to let her bury herself.
Right.
Because a lot of people that are undecided right now, and these debates coming up, if Trump can hold his mouth and do it right, like he did
This
with
is
Joe
crucial
Biden,
time.
because Joe Biden buried himself.
Right.
If he plays it right and hits her with facts and facts and facts and doesn't interrupt her, let her talk, let her do, you gotta be respectful that way. I think if he does that, he's going to get a lot of votes. There's a lot of people that
Absolutely.
do not want to. There's a lot of people out there that don't want to say Trump train or Trump, but inside they are Trumpers and they will vote Trump. They're just afraid to say it to anybody right now, which is so scary and crazy the way this world is right now. And
I agree.
It really is nuts.
100%.
Here's one for you. My tax dollars should support soldiers first, not unmotivated college grads. What do you think about them trying to get the college loans paid off so the students don't have to? Now, I know
why
it's
don't we just make it all free? Why don't we just, bury the middle class even more? Why don't we just, why do we pay for anything?
There you go. I mean,
I just don't understand that. So you're going to go to school and you're going to come out with, I want to go to school. I always wanted to be a doctor. I like a surgeon. I just loved opening, frogs and all that in biology.
Sure. Yeah.
But I love taking care of people. I love that. I always wanted to. So you know what? I'll even go now. You want to pay for my schooling to go be a surgeon? I'd be a fantastic surgeon, I think. So send me there. No, a lot of people don't have that that leisure or that chance and opportunity in life to go to school. Why are we going to pay for it? When you come out and you're making a couple of $1 million, it's on you.
Bingo.
Why do I got to pay for it?
Yeah, and take care of our veterans. If you're going to pay for anything, help these homeless, help the veterans.
That's right.
I agree with that. It's no longer Chevy versus Dodge. It's Ford or gas versus diesel. All this shit is this electric shit that I don't understand. I don't believe it. I know they're saying it's because it's supposed to help whatever the hell it is.
The ecosystem, really?
Yes.
Where batteries never can break down. So when they take these batteries and they throw them in the mine, the fills or whatever, all that's polluting the waters and whatever, the land. It's full of crap. And even organic stuff, they kill more animals and crops with organic pesticides or non-pesticides, but whatever they use to get rid of certain insects. I don't know all of this, but like they have to use something, right?
Yeah,
organic. Yeah. It does more harm to the animals, and it's just a bunch of
the shit and the shit that they're putting in our foods and stuff like that. I don't know. I think we're very far away from everybody going electric and all that stuff that they're trying to do. It's crazy. Here's a quote: "The strongest people are not those who show." The strongest people are not those who show strength in front of us, but those who win battles we know nothing about. You know what? You see people, like, for instance, they see me or they see you and we're smiling and we're up there, blah, blah, blah. But sometimes no one really knows what people are going through.
That's right.
Inside. And it's very hard. And, it really, when it comes down to your friends or family, when you're going down, the people that are there are the ones that are always, you always find out when shit goes down, the real people that come to your aid. It's amazing when something goes wrong and someone you thought for sure would be at that door.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. When the ship's sinking, who's jumping and who's going to, make sure that everyone gets off?
Absolutely.
I don't want to
If you-
be friends with the jumpers.
yeah, I don't want,
I mean,
absolutely. If you
don't
really
leave
want to
me
know who your
hanging.
friends are, yeah, if you really want to know who your friends are, this is really easy. Tell them you're moving and you need some help on Saturday.
Right.
See how many people come to the house and help you move. It's
Exa-
amazing.
Yep.
Oh, my back. Oh, my legs. Oh, this, that. Right. It's amazing. It's just crazy as it is. Ours good. Vitamin Keith says, what does she think about Prickster? Well,
Oh,
you know
me?
my
What do
opinion.
I think about that fat
Wait,
bastard?
listen, you guys know my opinion of Fred Flintstone. So he's the black sheep of the family. And you know what? Fred Flintstone was even cooler. So I'm sorry I'm comparing him to him. But what is your opinion, our lovely governor of Illinois?
Oh, yeah, he's lovely. First of all, I think there should be term limits on all of everyone in the House, Senate representatives, like we have on the president, term limits. There should be an age on the presidency. But as far as governor, he's been sitting pretty for way too long. There's 7 billionaires in Illinois, and 4 of them are in the Pritzker family. To me, you know, I, I get the whole political corruption that goes on in a lot of towns and how they hire a lot of family and friends. But he holds, the hierarchy. And I don't think that I don't like I don't like his policies either. I don't like, how he is, you could be a Democrat or a Republican, but you got to be for the people. And when they start bashing Republicans outside the party, like us Republican people,
Yeah.
you're creating a divide. Um, and, I just, to me, like I said, he should be out. Um, there should be limits. He escapes when things go rough. He was up in Wisconsin when everything,
During
the
COVID.
rioting
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
happened,
With him and his
you
family.
know, or
Yeah.
COVID
Yeah.
too, come on,
I,
man.
I love that story you just mentioned. That my friend Scott, who owns Mars in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, which we just played a couple weeks ago, during 2020, I guess the governor people called him up and wanted to rent the whole restaurant on a Saturday night for him and his family. And Scott was bold enough and said, "Screw you, not interested."
Really?
Yeah,
All
so
right.
that's just so cool.
Yeah.
First of all, they're not going to sell you the whole restaurant on a Saturday night. They make tons of money there. They don't need your shit, and they don't need all the crap. So there's a guy. God bless him for what he does in his and that place, Mars, is unbelievable. But
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy, and it doesn't look like. And guys, I'm not really saying the Democrat Republican in one way because I remember they're not like our fathers and grandfathers Democrats were. We always fought against each other, but we always came together for the best of our
Yeah.
country. And
At the
that's
end of
not
the day,
happening now.
we're all hugging and hanging out and, and being cordial to one another. We went into the poll booths and we voted, in privacy what we wanted. And it kind of was something that you didn't talk about. You really
It's
didn't.
it, you didn't talk about it. You're absolutely right. It is Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. My good friend Di, co-host. Also, don't forget to look for the Dag and Di show. 2025 happening, folks. Let's get to another quick one of our last sponsors here, folks. Airtight Windows. If you're looking for new windows and you want it done right, do it right with Airtight. For honesty and quality, dependability, do it right with Airtight. Servicing the Chicagoland area for 35 years, do it right with Airtight. Call Louis Pipes at 708-788-5000 and tell them Tony O sent you. And all these companies that buy local, shop local, you all get special deals. And not because they sponsor the show, because they're mom and pa establishments, and that's what it's about. All right, here's something you're going to enjoy. Here's the question of the day, sent in by Kathy.
Yes.
Sent in by Kathy from Johnsburg, Illinois. How many of you would live with your ex-wife or husband because of money
Ooh.
asking for a friend? Now,
No.
money. I know a lot of people that have a lot of money, and it would be cheaper to stay together than to separate. But I know, what is your take on that? You must have friends. You must know people that have money. They're there for money and money only, and they all both know. They both even agree on it. What's your opinion?
I can talk about this for an hour, Tony.
Well, give me a couple of seconds. Go ahead. Throw what you got.
Coming from a divorce situation, my ex-husband makes a lot of money. It couldn't keep me. Personally, in my opinion, I just can't be kept with money. Money does not rule my world. It's very important, yes, but it's not going to. I would rather live in a modest, tiny little home than have a mansion and be unhappy. And so, we even came to this point in our relationship. Um, I was the one that filed, and I was still worried about where he would go. Um, I still wanted to mother him in a sense and be his partner in that way because I cared. And I said,
Sure.
how about you live here with me in the house? I don't want you to have the house. I don't, this and that. It's got of anger and, resentment and stuff. But eventually I do have the house. Um, we work things out so the kids can be raised here. And, but I even said at one point, how about you move in? And you do the guy thing, I do the girl thing. I'll cook, do whatever, and we do not have co doing. You know what I mean? There's no
Yeah,
co
sure.
woo woo.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
have
yeah.
your space and I do mine. It was actually a thought, never happened. Um, so I don't think that that's something that could happen
Right.
with a lot of people. If you get to that point, then you still have feelings, and you probably should go to counseling, and you probably should save the marriage at that point. Um, we got to the point where we couldn't even stand each other's faces. Now we're okay, but we
Yeah.
couldn't even look at one another. We were just so mad and all of that. But now we're friends. But no, I don't think it's just because somebody has money that you find a way. I think you should find a
I
way.
agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100%. Absolutely.
It's just
Marianne, how
messing
you
with
doing?
your mind. You're already in a state of mind of, you know,
Already.
what
Yeah.
already what you're going through. It's going to make it worse. So cut the
Uh,
ties. Cut the
Cut
ties
the
with the ex
ties,
the exes.
give her half the money and walk away, and then
Let him
that's it.
go.
Throw us to it.
Let him go.
Absolutely. Let
Be
them go.
happy. Yeah.
Guy, got Marion and Don. I hope you guys are okay. I hope I give my best to Don, folks. We are got about a couple more minutes left, folks. We are here, Ocean's Pit Hour. This is a quote. So many Democrats voting women, often married, think Trump is untrustworthy because they believe he slept with side chicks. So now they are going to demonstrate how much they hate Trump by voting for the actual side chick, Kamala
Oh,
Harris. It's honestly amazing that she's doing exactly what they said that Trump did. All right, you
this
want to
is
go
what
back to
I'm
Smith's?
saying. This is
You
what I'm
want, yeah,
saying
you
about
want to
having
go.
a woman in office as president. We run on emotion. Look at me. I'm so emotional I can't even take myself some days.
That's a
I'm
good
up,
one.
I'm
Put that on a
down,
T-shirt. That's
We
yeah.
have different emotions like a guy, guys. I said this before. Women, we fight, we cackle, we want to just have nothing to do with the other chick unless we've been friends for years, right? But
Yeah,
guys, you just meet a guy and guys are hanging out and they have a few words and they're fighting and then they're hugging. It's the weirdest thing to me. I don't get it.
yeah, yeah. Well,
But
look, thank you, Richard. Look, let's go back to Kennedy and Bobby both banging Marilyn Monroe. I mean,
yeah,
let's go back. Let's go back to even that, and then Clinton. Let's forget about all the other
those who
presidents.
who share care.
Yeah, and right. And who knew back then without social media? You know what? You want to laugh or what their sex thing was, whether they were queer, homosexual, or not, whatever you want to call it. What I'm trying to say is, it was to the point where I was watching the Reagan movie yesterday, and the previews. They got a new movie coming out called Lincoln: The Gay Years, about Abraham Lincoln. It's like, well, who cares? I mean, but the
Right.
point is that, I mean, it's just crazy some of the things that people. I was like shocked about this, but this woman was a side chick to a lot of people, and I mean, I can't believe it. Nobody's bringing that shit up. But God damn, it's just
Mm.
horrible because of how much they hate Trump. And I said this
Oh,
to you, and we talked about this before too. A lot of people just hate him as a person, not his policies, not
right.
his political views, just as a person,
Well,
and it's just crazy.
when did the interview for a position not happen anymore? We hire them, we elect them, we pay for their salaries in one way or the other. We're not. Do you want to date them? No. A lot of people don't want to date me. A lot of people don't want to date Dag. But you know
Yeah,
what? We work together. It's our thing and no one
yeah,
else's.
yeah.
I'm not going to date Trump, probably never meet him in all the rest of my life. You don't
Right.
hire someone based on how they look. you know, come on, let's stop being judgmental on everything else, appearance wise, or what they do. Men cheat, women cheat, doesn't make them a bad person. Look at what they can bring to the table for that position. He's a powerhouse. He's brilliant businessman. I'm sick and tired. I know Vance has got a law degree, but I
Yeah.
think Trump needs him as his sidekick with the law. But I really don't want another lawyer and Obama and all them with the law behind them. I want somebody. I want a businessman to
Yeah.
run the greatest business in the world is this country, and
Right.
that's why I want Trump.
Absolutely, I agree with you, folks. It is coming to the end of the. It is the end of the hour, so
Really?
we got some birthdays for Wednesday, September 4th. Buck Obrin from Bachman Turner Overdrive turned 76 years old. Oh, Bonnie Raitt turned 74 years old. Mick Fleetwood, drummer from Fleetwood Mac. Andy Summers from The Police, 81 years old. Bill Murray, Chicago boy, 73 years old. Usher, 45 years old. Marion Ross, Mrs. Cunningham, 95 years old.
Holy cow.
Rob Snyder from B-52s is 73. Jack White from the White Stripes, 49 years old. Bo Derek, number 10, 67 years old. Danny DeVito, 79. Meg Ryan, 62. Holy cow. Derek Longmore, Bay City Road, 73. Boy, look at this, man. Shania Twain, if I'm pronouncing her name, is Shania, 58 years old.
Shania.
Yeah, forget her. Let's see. Yeah. Jack Black, 56 years old. Danny Serafin from Chicago. And let's see. Barbara Bach, Ringo Starr's wife, is 77 years old. And Honey Boo Boo, remember her? She's whatever. Anyway, that's good. And again,
Wow.
my good friend Carol Brandolino, happy birthday. And guys, there's some scams out there. I've been hacked, probably selling Tony Ocean t-shirts. That's not me. Someone else is doing it. So if you see that on the thing. All right, folks. Anyway,
We're getting old. We're getting old. That proves it right there.
We are. We're bad. You're right. It's the way it is, man. And I don't know.
Enjoy
I don't know what's
life.
going to happen. It's a
Do
short
what
life.
makes you happy. Keep all
Absolutely.
the nonsense and all the rhetoric and everything else out of your lives, and do what makes you. This is your life. You got one spin around this planet. Make it what you want. That's what we're doing.
And remember, folks, karma has no calendar.
Oh,
And
yeah,
also
right.
remember that we have the same 24 hours in a day. Do what you can the best with it now, folks.
That's right.
We are
all
coming.
bleed red.
Absolutely. And it is time for the last but not least, Ace Hardware. Ace is the place, buy local, shop local, Norwich, Des Plaines, Evergreen Park, Warrenville, Mesa, Arizona, and many more stores, folks. Let's remember, download the Ace Rewards app, easy way to keep track of your points, coupons, and special offers. Ace is the place, buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Tonight, Grand Geneva for the United Way golf outing in Wisconsin. Tomorrow, Zaza's in Lake Barrington with my man Jerry Jams. Friday, Chicago Prime Steakhouse with Tony Toto. And Saturday, we'll be in Grafton, Illinois with Jerry Jams. And don't forget the Hard Rock Cafe on the 21st of September in Gary, Indiana. Guys, buy local, shop local. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, buy local, shop local.
No, go ahead.
Yes. Support your local businesses and support music. And original music is so important. And I just wanted to say really quick that we're going to bring the Dag and Die show now. It's going to be Dag Show, Die Show in one, Dag and Die show. All our merch, everything's going to be merged together. We're going to start doing morning coffee every Sunday, probably around 9 a.m. And if you want to see any of the past videos, learn a little about me and Dag, go to thedagshow.com. We've got it all on the website there. So thank you. We appreciate all the support through all our stupid for all these years. Thanks.
And you know what? That's what's go. And that's what I mean. You're going to find something interesting. Believe me, if you see these two together do their stuff. And you've seen Die today, and I think we're going to get Dag on. If it's okay, we're going to have him on Friday. So tomorrow, my co-host will be my lovely wife, Laura Ocean. And Friday, Dag will be in the house. So that'll be, I'm looking forward to that. That should be a lot of fun, too. Die, thank you for your time. I really appreciate you doing this. I wish you the best of luck.
I appreciate this. And thank you. You too.
Bye, Laura. And listen to your father. I hope he gets, God bless to your dad. And guys, remember, buy local, shop local, support local establishments, support live entertainment. Be kind to one another, folks. Life is too short. And remember the great words of Sir Ringo Starr, peace and love. We need it more than ever. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. We'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same station. Nick Sahajas, the piano man. Take us out. Bye-bye, everybody.
Oh, it's the end of the show. See you later from Tony O.
Bye-bye, everybody, and thank you, Di. Have a
Bye.
good one. Bye,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Have a great